been such a great organizer and her company, and you guys being here today. I do not take this lightly for all the vessels and all the power that's in this room. It's remarkable. And so I know this is the talented 10th of America that's in this room. And so I feel blessed and privileged to be able to just share my story and share some nuggets that I've learned as a young entrepreneur and hope to help you. And so she was telling you that I'm the CEO and founder of Bowtie Development. And then I was thinking about that as she was reading that or talking about me in Bowtie Development. And if you would have talked to Todd Jenkins at the age of 17, and you would have said Bowtie Todd, which is my name today, first, I wouldn't even know how to, I didn't even know how to tie a bow tie at the age of 17, nor did I know what a bow tie was outside of a wedding, church, or a funeral. I never had, because my story is as such. You know, I was raised in the inner city of Columbia, South Carolina, raised in the projects, the ghetto, as people will call it. I was raised by a single parent. I am now the oldest of 9 brothers. And so that tells you a lot about where I learned how to speak early age. But as well as going into this whole bow tie development, I was not meant, or it was never intended for me to be in the environment where bow ties exist professionally, like higher education, like business meetings, elegant dinners, on the golf course. I would never have thought to be there because there was so many cards that was stacked against me from where I was from that they say no, bow ties, no, that doesn't mix. And it was cards such as, you know, and just some statistics. These are reality. 1 in 3 men, black men in America, goes to prison. 1 in 3 black men in America goes to prison. By the age of 24, 70% of black men are arrested. By the age of 24. Now, I'm not too far removed from 24. And thank God I've not been arrested yet. And I say yet because you just never know in today's society how it's going. I could probably get arrested by talking to you right now. And then going to even more, it's only 5% of black men are in colleges and universities. 3% go to a higher degree. And these are cards that was stacked against me. And the arrest and the prison rate is increased by 75% when you come from the ghetto. All these cards stacked against me. All these cards stacked against me. And I know it's a lot of minority and women in here, and I guarantee you can agree that it's so many cards that are stacked against you that are dealt to you that you never even asked for. And then everybody want to go and say, well, why do you want to pull the race card? Why do you want to pull the gender card? Well, I wouldn't have to play a card if it was never dealt to me. And that's what you should tell those people when they talk about those in those meetings. You're not going to play cards that never was dealt to you. And so what I'm here today to talk to you about is my story as Bowtie Development and how I came to understand as an entrepreneur and through life, through strong women in my family, my faith, as well as education and exposure to new heights, I came to understand that I have a gift, I have a passion to come in and unravel and connect to engage you from bigger and better things. And that's the Bowtie Impact. And that's my story, and that's what I do for a living. I go around training managers, leaders, and employees how to go and walk into the destiny that they wish to see for their company. But I can tell you a lot about my story because it's my story, and everyone has a unique story. And I've sat in a lot of talks like these, and you do get inspired. But I always like to say, well, what can I pull from my tool bag to give to you to walk away to put these things in practice? So that's what I want to talk to you today about. Because I really believe the entrepreneurship world is like a book. And those who only wake up every day and they're never challenged, they fail, or they live, they learn, and they stop, those people who stop only read 1 page of the book. And so I hope throughout my talk, my little 3 areas that I really want you to focus on, I hope that you learn how to write more pages in your book. And it's very simple. And I'm probably just reminding you about these 3 areas. And these 3 areas are simple. You need to know better, do better, connect better, to be better. Very simple. Know better, do better, connect better, to be better. So know better. It's very important to know thyself, know thy mission, and know thy worth. Okay? Know thyself, know thy mission, and know thy worth. Know thyself. So you have some cards in the middle of your table. If you can grab one, some colorful cards. Just take one and take a pen or writing utensil. We're going to do a little activity about knowing thyself. Also in my profession, I also teach. I'm a professor at the University of Arkansas. And so you're probably, this is my education piece coming out. We have to be engaged. You have to work at it. Okay, so y'all have a card. So we're going to play a little game. The first image that comes to your mind, I want you to draw it out when I name this organization or enterprise. The first image that comes to your mind, I want you to draw it out. All right, we're ready? McDonald's. Draw the first thing that comes to your mind. McDonald's. I'm loving it. Okay. Now, what did you draw, ma'am? Adriana? She drew the golden arch, the M. Raise your hand if you drew the M. Look at that. Okay, what did you draw? Did you draw anything? You didn't draw anything? You know what you drew? Okay. She wrote her words. Okay. Anyone else drew another image? What was your image, ma'am?
Red hair, gloves, big shoes.
The actual Ronald McDonald character. Okay. Let's go to another. Interesting. You see how many people drew the same thing? The golden M. Let's go to another organization or another area site. When you think of Walt Disney World, draw the first thing that comes to your mind. Walt Disney World. Okay? Tell me, what did you draw?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Who drew Mickey Mouse? Okay. Anybody drew anything different? What did you draw? Right here. Castle. Who drew the castle? Okay. See? Castle. Mickey Mouse. It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. Now this is the most challenging one. Now when you think of this, I want you to draw the first image that comes to your mind. When you think of yourself, draw it. Draw it. Don't think too hard. Y'all drew the Mickey Mouse. You drew the ears. You drew the castle. It's quick. It's just like that. The first image that comes to your mind when you think of yourself. Know thyself. That's what we're talking about here. Know thyself. Okay, anyone? I'm not going to point you out for this. Anyone who would like to share what they drew? Okay, you? He drew his family. Okay. What else over here? Smiley face. Anybody over here want to share? Yes, ma'am.
I'm known for my long hair.
Long hair. Don't care. Long hair, don't care. Okay. Glasses. Anyone else? Well, this is the most challenge. Now, and raise your hand if you had to really think about before you drew. Like you're like, okay, I can't just split second think about this thing. And that's okay. This is good. But it's very important to know thyself, because when you know who you are and whose you are, you can paint a picture and you can articulate it to others. So, yes, family-oriented, wear glasses, wear long hair. You know, someone said smiley face. That was externally, it was the long hair and the glasses. Internally, it was the family and it was the smiley face. If you can put that together, craft that into a brand, Lord beholds, there you go, your brand, your personal brand. And so it's very important to know your passions and your skill set, because when you go on to talk about your business as an entrepreneur, as an employee, or whatever, it's very important for you to articulate that. How can you expect for other people to see your brand if you don't even know what brand you are? when you think of yourself. Because we do not spend many times of our life thinking and doing self-assessment. We do other people's assessments. We try to get in society realms. We don't take time to understand ourselves and see how we can be an aid to society will. So that's know thyself. Next, moving on, know thy mission. This goes into that thing called the sweet spot. Anybody ever heard of the sweet spot? The sweet spot is very incredible because it's sweet. It's really sweet. When you can take your passions and your skills and put it together and make a product, oh my. You are in the sweet spot. It tastes real good every day because you feel good about yourself. This is what comes into your mission, knowing your mission and your purpose. And this is how you can be able to drive your force daily. You got to know where you want to go. You got to know what you're passionate about. What are you good at? And this helps drives your mission. The next piece, that mission drives your product, which is know your worth. It's amazing to me that I read a lot of articles and a lot of books, and a lot of people are trying to figure out and go on the market to see which product they actually make their money value based on other products. That's how they bring value to it. But if you, as a person, can understand the value of your own life, you can go ahead and walk into the confidence and the destiny that you would like. If you understand your own worth. And how can you expect others to give you a value and a worth if you don't work and value your own self? It's very simple. See, I'm working with self before I even move to entrepreneurship, because self is very important. To know thyself, to know thy mission, and to know thy worth. So that's know better. Everybody say know better.
Know better.
All right, we know better. I'm going to go ahead and move on, because I don't have a lot of time, to do better. Now, this is the thing that's very, very interesting, this do better, because it's active. And 75% of Americans, 75% of Americans do not perform, they perform average according to statistics because they do not work beyond measure to be active and like exercising. So you'll get up, you didn't exercise last night, you'll just walk to work, you go, very, very minimum, and you're happy because you went to work, you clocked out, go back to work, go back home, go to sleep, wake up and do it again. That's the average American. Some people go and take their kids to the park, some people may play tennis, some people may do these things, but the average American say, I'm just gonna go to work, be a consumer, and go back home. And that's kind of average performance. So this is doing better. I really want to talk to you guys about the entrepreneurship muscles. The entrepreneurship muscles. And it's really related just like working out. You have to constantly work at whatever you want to be in this society. And guess what? Just like working out, they always say the one thing that people always dismiss, and the most important thing is the kitchen. They always say what you eat, what you drink, is in the kitchen. And in the entrepreneurship world, our kitchen is our minds. Okay? Whatever I drink, whatever I eat, whoever I'm around, that's feeding my mind. And it's very important to know that that's the strongest muscle of entrepreneurship. The strongest muscle of entrepreneurship is your mind. If a man takes another man's mind, the man has taken another man's power. If a man takes another man's mind, the man has taken another man, or took another man's power. Your mind is very important. In that kitchen, that entrepreneurship kitchen, you need to work that. And it's just like working out. If you continue to develop a routine, which is good, you must have a routine, that's very key. But if you do the same reps, how many of us worked out or tried? We try. I do it halfway. Okay, I know. Me too. I need to work out. But the thing is that it's just like doing reps. And working out, you go and do reps. You do the same thing when you work out. You're trying to pump the muscles. But guess what? If you do that same thing every day, you get used to doing the same thing. But as entrepreneurs, we want muscle mass. And you're not going to get muscle mass by doing the same reps every day. You're not. Because your muscles are not hitting fatigue. You're not challenging your thoughts as your entrepreneurship thoughts. And so you're not going to bigger and better things. So it's very, very important in the entrepreneurship muscle that you work, and it may just be 1 pound that you put on the next day, It may be 3 pounds the next day, but guess what?